University of Nigeria, my alma mater.
And next, may I invite for the citation from the guest lecturer, the University Orator, Professor Ikenna Ogwebu. Please welcome.
Mr. Chairman, sir, I crave your indulgence to reply to the already established protocol to present an abridged citation on our guest lecturer, Professor Is-haq Oloyede. Professor Oloyede has made significant contributions to both within and beyond the education arena in Nigeria through the various prominent academic and spiritual leadership positions he has occupied. His vision and commitment have enriched many institutions and organizations. Professor Is-haq Oloyede was born in October 1954 in Abeokuta South local government area of Ogun State, Nigeria. He attended Progressive Institute, Agege, Lagos for his secondary education from 1969 to 1973. This was followed by Arabic language training at the Arabic Training Center, Agege, Lagos, from 1973 to 1976. He then obtained a certificate in Arabic and Islamic Studies from the University of Ibadan between 1976 and 1977. In 1978, Professor Oloyede began his tertiary education at the University of Ilorin, where he studied Arabic. He graduated with a first-class honors Bachelor's of Arts degree in Arabic in 1981. He received several awards, such as the Federal Government Undergraduate Merit Award of 1979 to 1981. He was immediately appointed assistant lecturer in the Department of Religions at the University of Ilorin in July 1980. Ilorin Alumni Association between 1995 and 98 before becoming national president. In 1995, he was elevated to the rank of professor at the University of Ilorin. That same year, the National Universities Commission appointed him as a consultant on educational reforms in Nigeria. Prominent positions he has held over the past 2 decades, including Vice Chancellor of the University of Ilorin from October 2007 to October 2012, where he provided visionary leadership as the chief executive of the university. He has also served as the chairman of the Association of Vice Chancellors of Nigerian Universities, representing the interests of university leaders in the country. On the national level, Professor Oloyede served on influential bodies like the Committee of Vice Chancellors, CVC, from 2011 to 2012, as well as the boards of the Association of Commonwealth Universities, ACU, from 2010 to 2012, and then at the International Association of Universities, IAU, from 2008 to 2012. These positions enabled him to continue numerous prestigious awards and honors for his exceptional contributions as an education administrator, interfaith leader, and role model of integrity. Some of the highest national honors he has received include the Commander of the Order of Niger, CON, in 2002. An Officer of the Federal Republic, OFR, in 2014. These honors from the Nigerian government highlight his exemplary public service to the country. In 2019, Professor Oloyede was also conferred the National Productivity Order of Merit NPOM Award in appreciation of his hard work, innovation, and selfless commitment to revamping the educational system in Nigeria. In addition to national orders, Professor Oloyede's efforts have been acknowledged through sector-specific awards. In 2022, he received the Nigeria Excellent Award in Public Service Education category. He was named the Integrity Public Servant Personality of the Year 2021 by the National Executive Council of the Nigerian Association of Christian Journalists for his transparency and ethical leadership. Most recently, in February 2023, he was honored with the Icon of Education Transformation and Peace Award for his impactful reforms and promotion of interfaith harmony. Within just 1 year, JAMB remitted 7.8 billion to the federal government under Oloyede's stewardship in 2017. Compared to less than 50 million cumulatively remitted between 1978 and 2016. So far, JAMB has remitted a phenomenal 20.7 billion in operating surplus between 2016 to date. The exponentially improved finances enabled JAMB to construct and renovate infrastructure across Nigeria to deliver on its mandate. The federal government also reduced UTME applications fee by 30% in light of JAMB's increased internally generated revenue. All these outcomes exhibit Professor Oloyede's stellar leadership abilities in transforming systems and institutions. Whether at the University of Ilorin earlier in his career or currently at JAMB, Professor Oloyede is renowned for spearheading impactful reforms.
The JAMB.
Dear wife, the wife of the Vice Chancellor, let me pay special tribute to you. Because anytime he comes to Abuja and you see him smiling, I know that he has a home that he's very happy about. So thank you for taking care of my friend. His Grace, the former Archbishop of Enugu, Emmanuel Chukwuma, former CJ of Enugu State, my Lord spiritual and temporal, my JAMB colleagues, particularly my Director of Special Duties, Director of Public Communication, the State Coordinator in Enugu, and others who are here with us, members of the media, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. I want to thank God that who has made it possible for me to be here today. I can tell you it's not easy. It's not easy because when the Vice Chancellor was calling me day before yesterday to remind me of this program, I ended the phone as abrupt as quickly as I could because I was even not sure, despite my mission, that I would be here because I was a bit ill and I felt that will it be possible, will it not be possible. But I was made ill not by Ramadan. I was made ill by the fact that I took the lecture almost for granted that I know what to say until 4 days ago when I panicked and I started gathering the materials to write the paper. So that gave me sleepless nights, and that forced me to have to visit the hospital because I had to write the paper. So I thank God who has made it possible for me to be here eventually. When I begin to think of this address and kind of analogies that I was going to make, I began to ruminate over the challenges, the tribulations, and triumphs that I also have recorded in office at BC between 2007 and 2012. Anybody who has had great portion of running a university in Nigeria, with emphasis on that, and surviving the experience intact is a fortunate fellow. Indeed, he or she becomes more fortunate if he remains alive to tell the story. A story about contending issues and forces, centrifugal and centripetal forces, the positives and the negatives of staff union activities, the topsy-turvy nature of student unionism, the nightmare of managing utilities, especially electricity bills, the idiosyncrasies of many friends, colleagues, and acquaintances alike from nooks and crannies of the country and even beyond, the divide and rule politics of our local communities, primordial pressure, the machinations of government, both at the federal and the state, and ultimately, if not the most important of all, the paucity of funds. With what all this meant was countless sleepless nights, energetic popping afternoons, and many lost goodwill. If you are a vice chancellor and you go into that office with 10 things, if you come back with 5 of them, you are done. You will lose your thanks. You have to, unless you are not a successful vice chancellor, because they will make requests of you that your office will not make you meet. It is obvious that you never can win when you are a vice chancellor. Despite all pressures and tribulations of office, the Almighty God has left one with the capacity to smile over many of his achievements and fine moments in office. If I tell you there is nothing in the office of the Vice Chancellor, I'm telling you lies. Yes, there are troubles, but also there are fine moments. That will be happy that you are the Vice Chancellor.
Yes,
all these taken together is the life and story of an average Nigerian Vice Chancellor. These stories must be written by brother, Professor Ozumba. It must be written, our memoirs be issued, and our sanguine experience disseminated, not only for the present generation, but for the consumption of future holders of that exalted office and the general public. Paradoxically, for me as sincere community, it is better said than done. To exempt the university from IPPIS should equally exempt them from TSA. What should be done in the case of TSA is to revert the control, budgetary control, to the NUC. NUC is capable and competent of overseeing the university's budget as they used to be. With due respect to Senator Oloyede, before coming to the National Assembly, before you will go to NUC to defend your government. and your budget will be based on how many staff you have, what have you produced last year, how many academic staff, how many administrative staff, what is the ratio, how do you keep all this will be taken into consideration in determining your budget. But now, anybody who knows Senator Oloyede, the salary, the budget can be better. So if you go to defend your budget, instead of going to NUC or to National Assembly, just go to his office. And once you talk to him properly and he follows you, come back with a bigger budget. So that's what is happening now. So what is happening now is arbitrary. To be talking of autonomy, we must also be responsible. We must welcome and engage diverse voices and perspectives. These are some, and I encourage you to go and read it for yourself. I think you will read at least 50-40 pages that are summarized. There is a problem. Let us locate the number of churches in Nsukka and with domination, who is their leader. He does not interact with them. He limits himself to the classroom. The church does not even know that a professor of Christian studies exists in UNN. Because he does not relate with his constituency. That's why a professor of mechanical engineering, dispenser, all those technicians, he works, and it was very useful to the community. Anybody who had a headache, stomach, anything, when they go to him, he would even snake bite, and he didn't go to school. One day, people came from JAMB and they saw him and they said, you are fantastic. Where did you say by experience? And they saw that people were happy with him in the community. They said, you must be trained. And they took him to JAMB that they waived all O-level results for him to go and study medicine. Wow. When this man came back after 4 years, and the people were happy. And they said, doctor, you have come. We have suffered. I have a headache. He said, no, I'm a specialist in pediatrics.
Pride has entered.
That's how you can't treat our slave by saying, no. I'm a specialist in pediatrics. The people are not happy.
Hey, see?
Then the people came back and they said, doctor, you need further training. They took him again to JAMB. And when he came back, they said, you say you are for children, we are our grandchildren. He said, now I'm now an epidemiologist. The more educated he is, the less useful to the community.
Oh my God. This is but that is true. That is what is about colonialism.
Our universities cannot be talking, and I was quoting, let me finish the quotation. Despite notion of ivory tower, knowledge for its sake, and academic freedom, all suggesting academia does not need to account for our activities. That's what it means. Academics and institutions through time have had relationship with various stakeholders in which the question is answerability. Answer our question.
Present our token, and this afternoon, on behalf of the Senate, staff, and members, students and members of this community, I present on their behalf this plaque in honor of this special lecture, which was presented by your very self, Professor Is-haq Oloyede, CON, FNAL. This day, the 21st day of March 2024. And I and present this congratulations to you, sir.